Good morning, folks. Good morning, Inga. Oh, there's the dog. As soon as I start talking, Doug. Oh, the dog. Oh, he knows the camera. He knows the camera. He knows the camera. Oh, Doug, you're bad. You are. You're a bad dog, aren't you? So Inga, now that since you're here, the first one here, actually I got something to show you. So remember, I got the battery changed on the phone that you sent to me. Well, yesterday I went into my cupboard and I had to I forget what that was. I went into the cupboard and I look at this. The phone, the battery blew up in the phone. Can you see inside there? Right. That's what the inside of an iPhone looks like when it blows up. Is that crazy? And it was just sitting in my, just sitting in my my cupboard. I haven't touched it since I got the battery put into it. Is that crazy? So I called Apple because like it was done just before Christmas there, like 2 or 3 days before Christmas. I went to Ottawa and did it, and so anyways, an hour and 53 minutes on the phone with Apple yesterday. Hour and 53 minutes, taking photos and uploading it, and it was like I couldn't believe the amount of well, one, I couldn't believe the emotions at the other end, but that's another story. Like, your phone blows up, and the guy on the other end of the phone, he's like, I kept saying, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm not kidding you, folks. He said, oh my gosh, a dozen times. Like it was like some kind of catastrophic death in the family that the phone blew up. It's like, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, Doug, I know. So, hour and 53 minutes on the phone. I only had to be subjected to Mr. Oh my gosh for about the first 15 minutes, and then they transferred me to a supervisor, and he didn't say oh my gosh many times. Like I was like, oh, it was like, folks, it was like, I'm not kidding you. I thought I was talking to a snowflake. Okay, is what I was. That's what it was like. So, anyways, Apple, they're going to send a courier here with a return box for a special lithium battery, and then they're going to take the phone back and fix it. No charge. They were really concerned if I had any damage or if I was hurt. So I should have said I was. I was hurting yesterday, but I feel better today. Bizarre. Felt rough all day yesterday, and then today, I sound all right, don't I? Sound normal? No? Anyways. So I spent, just shy of 2 hours yesterday doing that. I didn't even, when I phoned them, I thought, no, this won't take long, right, Doug? It won't take long. 2 hours later. Anyways. So, I just can't believe it. I was like, when I opened the cupboard and I looked, because I haven't looked at it. And I don't know why I looked at it. Something told me to look in the back of the cupboard. And I looked at it, I was like, there it was sitting back there like that. Pretty hard to do any streaming on the tugboat with that, eh? It still worked though. It turned on, but it only had 1% power and then it died. So that's what an iPhone looks like when it blows apart. And it's rock hard, this battery thing that's all puffed up. Unbelievable. So, there you go, Inga. Doggies. Oh, so we got a lot of snow. Okay, a good dump of snow, folks. I'd say we probably got the 15, or maybe we might have even gotten 20 centimeters of snow. It's like there's a lot of snow on the ground. I ain't shoveling. I ain't doing nothing. We're gonna let it just evaporate, or evaporate, melt, melt. I mean, not evaporate. Doug, you're like a garbage can. You just sit there and just keep feeding just keep pouring the food into my mouth, eh? You want me to just pour this right in your mouth? Here, put it on the floor. Make a mess on the floor. Okay, there's one bag down. Hey, Doug. One bag down. It rained a little bit here, but then it turned back to snow last night. But geez, snow everywhere. The trees are heavy. Here, I'll turn it around instead of telling you. So you can. I'll show you. Because I have the ability to do that. There you go. Looks like winter again, eh? That's the trees. A good dump of snow. Sitting here so good. Oh, Doug. All right. So I feel better. Hopefully nothing blows up today. There's 6 Canada geese down at the swamp right now. Today. 6 of them. I don't know. I don't understand these Canada geese because they're not eating. Like they're eating a little bit of corn, but it's not like they're not eating. Like it's like you just flew all the way up from Florida or wherever you ever, stay the winter. You'd think you'd be hungry when you got here, unless they've got a lot of winter fat, from eating lots of good nummy tropical stuff, grass. Oh, we got a thumbs down already. Yeah, they're quick on that one, eh? That's amazing. People love thumbs down, eh? Just be lucky that, we're not living with them. That's all, right, Doug? Just be lucky we're not living with them. Okay, Doug, that's another bag down. I'm gonna grab another bag. More treats for the dog. Forgot about the pepperettes. It's got slobber hanging out of his mouth. Oh, Doug. He loves his treats, folks. All right, don't you, Doug? You just love your treats. All right. You're getting some suggested videos. That must be some kind of fluke on YouTube. It ain't showing up here. You must be just a fluke on it there, Arctic Fox. Because YouTube ain't doing much of that lately. They ain't no duck sharing going on with YouTube. Holy mackerel, I got 4 thumbs down now. How did that happen? I turned my back to get a dog treat and I get 3 more thumbs down. Doug, come on up here. People don't like you. Come on. Or maybe they like me. Come here. Up you come. Come on. Oh, look at the slobber run out under your feet. Oh, look at the size of the dog, eh? Oh. Come here. He's got a big chunk of slobber about that long on his leg. 4 thumbs down. That's a good way to start off a Sunday morning, right? Oh, dog. Yeah. See, the bag's on the desk, huh? He's not interested in me. He's interested in the bag on the desk. Yeah, t-shirts. Forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me, Vista. We got t-shirts in stock. The link's below the video. Right below there. There's a link. So if you make a donation, a specific amount, I'll mail you a t-shirt. Direct from the Duck Adventure in Canada, in the Great White North. Hey, Dougie? In the Great White... Well, that actually smells like a pepperette smoke. I wonder what that tastes like. Folks, it smells like a human pepperette. I can see why Doug likes these. But it's not, it says right on it, not safe for humans. Like it's that, I'm telling you folks, it smells that good that I almost want to take a bite of it. My God, Doug, I know why you really like these things. It's like getting pepperettes out of the store at $9 a pack. These probably less. 450 grams. It's probably about the same price. Well, maybe more. Oh, that was quick. You swallowed the last one, I didn't even chew it. Oh, God, I'm getting sick of the tea, folks. Okay, I'll give you one more. And then I know as soon as I stop giving it to him, he'll leave me alone because, well, he doesn't really care about me, do you? You're just in it for the treats. You don't think it'd hurt me? Like, you think I'd get sick? Well, what if there's some kind of disease? You know, they should be. They're cooked, you know. God, they smell just like pepperettes. I wonder what a kangaroo pepperette dog treat tastes like. No, don't mail me any tea. I'm gonna. I can't handle it. It's like it'll take forever to drink what I got. I'm not enjoying it. At first it was all right, but now I'm just losing interest in it. It's not a lot of eventful flavor in your mouth. I think I'm just missing the coffee. But I know maybe I should try coffee again. Maybe I should give it another try and see if that bloat happens again. Okay, one more, dog, and that's it. Honestly, this is it. That's it. Oh, I know. Hey, you love to nudge me with your nose when you want something. I was watching some videos last night of dogs greeting their owners when their owners come home, and I felt so sad because Doug doesn't ever greet me. Doug doesn't care when I come home. Sometimes Doug doesn't even wake up on the couch when I come home. We have a very one-sided relationship. Right, Doug? You take me for granted. So I watched about a half a dozen of these videos of people who haven't seen their dogs in a long time, and people, people who come and their dogs are really, they see he's gone already. Eh? See that, folks? I got rid of the pork chop around my neck and I lost the dog. Okay, see? He's going to the cupboard. Look at that. Anyways, my dog uses me. He truly does. One day I'll have to leave him for an extended period of time, and he'll maybe then realize, oh, maybe I should pay attention to that guy. Stream 4 is failing a bit. When you say failing, what do you mean? What does failing mean in the live stream world? I'm going to go on to stream 4 and do a reboot here and see why it's failing. Maybe I can. Stream 4. Which one is stream 4? I'm trying to remember. What camera's 4? Might be the goose shed. It could be failing, but there's nobody in there. That would be a fail. Oh, there's something going on because she's not logging on too quick. I'm connected to the encoder, but it's waiting. There's a slight delay. Yeah, so anyways, while we're waiting for the encoder to go up here so they can reboot, t-shirts, we got them in stock. I won't be going to the town tomorrow with the snow because I gotta wait till it melts. And it's supposed to melt, I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday, so I'll be going then to mail t-shirts. If you were so kind enough to take some t-shirts this morning. What is it? Yeah, Tuesday is gonna start melting. Tuesday. Tonight's going to be cold though, -12. And then we're above 0. Oh, then there's -8 coming again. What is with all these negative temperatures? But we definitely have some warm weather coming. -9 in Ottawa. So it's going to be interesting what we get here. Okay, why won't this load? I think I know why stream number 4 is not working. I don't know if I'm out of line. You'd have to look on the inventory. Online there, Arctic. If you go to order and it don't let you, it means there's none there. Because my inventory is dead on. It's actually inventoried. I didn't want to have a situation where people would buy stuff and then I'd have to refund them saying, oh, sorry, I don't have it. Okay, I see why Stream 4 is having a problem here. I can't even get onto the encoder. I might have to do a hard boot. You know, the old unplug it on the wall and plug it back in because she just won't connect. It keeps saying waiting. And I refreshed twice now. So I'll have to wait till stream 4. I better write that down, just in case I forget when I go outside. Goose Shed, reboot Goose Shed. But there's nobody in the Goose Shed right now because they're all outside playing in the snow. Okay, I made a note so I won't forget. She's not logging though. She's not doing nothing. She's just sitting there spinning. I got the wheel is spinning on the encoder. Sometimes that happens, you know, with the encoders. Just do that. The camera is pointed down on stream 4. It's not feeling it's falling. Well, it's not even working Vista right now because I can't even see it. So maybe the little thing got loose, or did it fall off the wall? Let me take a look. Oh yeah, she's loose. Something came loose last night, and the camera pointed to the ground, but it's actually pointed at the box with the where the geese are going to be sitting. It's not sitting in the right direction though. Oh, look at that! See that right now? There's little birds coming in from outside to eat goose food. The little sneaks. Little red-winged blackbird is in the shed. Mother Nature, right? Sponging off the duck adventure. Anyways, I'll fix that. I'll take care of it. We'll do a reboot and get the camera put back up. That's going to get torn apart here this week anyways. I was supposed to do it this weekend, but I didn't count on this big giant storm. And I'm not working with, I'm not going to do a rearrange when it's like this. See, now I'm not giving any food to my dog. Do you notice that he's not here? Yeah, do you notice that? No dog. Guess where he is? Look at this. And his back's towards me. He's like, oh, well, if you're not going to give me something, I'm going to put my back towards you. That's the kind of attention I get from my dog. He uses me, folks. He truly does. Not exactly the most lovable dog. What did American military do that is getting a warning? I didn't even see that here. So, oh, I know. I got that stupid top chat here. Hang on. I want to see what Vista's blowing a gasket about. What did American... I don't see anything. I don't see where did he... how come I can miss this and nobody else sees it? That's bizarre. I'm looking and I do not see anybody named American military that Vista's losing it over. Vista, are you like on the right channel? But where? I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm looking here in the chat. The mods got it. What did the mods do to him? They time him out, but if he times him out, it doesn't remove him. Is he timed out or did he get banned? Is someone going to tell me? I didn't even see the offense to get offed. Yeah, see, I don't even see it. Alright. Well, that's maybe because I was on that top chat thing. You know what I mean? Alright. I think Vista, she sits there and she goes, oh, and I'm going to swing the hammer today. I can't believe the snow. I'm like, this is a typical spring, you know? It's like a big dump. And it's supposed to snow all day, too. Like right now, it's just like a light flurry coming down. I knew we were going to get another dump. So allegedly, it's going to snow all day. That's what they say. It's actually supposed to snow right through till tomorrow. But not as hard as it did last night. Actually, yeah, they're saying it's supposed to snow right through till tomorrow. And how much snow coming today? Well, they don't have any accumulation today, so it must be just going to be flurries all day. Yeah, but warmed up, this would be rain. Yeah, there's no accumulation. It's just, oh, yeah, there is. Another 2 centimeters today. That's not even an inch. Oh, could be ice pellets. An inch ice pellets. That's a little different. That's what they're calling for. Folks, winter. It just won't let go. My front yard, like I look at my front window, and it looks like it's winter again. Full-blown, snowed-in winter stuff, you know? Oh. Oh, the snow sliding off the barn roof, yeah. That can trap a duck, if they're stupid enough to... I'm gonna be honest with you, folks. I haven't told anybody this, but you know, do you remember I saved a duck in the early winter there, like in November? A bunch of snow came off the roof of the barn, and there was a duck. I had to dig the duck out, and it was trapped. Well, later on, a couple weeks later, I went into the pen, and there was, like I'm not lying, a 5-foot tall snow pile. Had fallen off, like had developed on the edge of the roof from all the snow sliding off the roof the night before. I came into the pen and I saw it and I went, I wonder if there's a duck in that pile. So, because they were having a habit of hanging around the edge of the barn there. So I just want to let you know that I'm preparing myself mentally to discover a dead duck in the snow pile, encased in ice from the winter. It's just to let you know. So it isn't a shock to everybody, okay? It's sort of something I've been keeping to myself, that I assume that there could be a duck, because the snow pile is still over 6 feet tall. It's huge off the that side. It's unbelievable, the snow that came off the roof. And I'll be very happy if I'll be very happy if it melts and there's no duck there. No. I've never found a dead animal here that belongs to me, Arctic fox, when it melts, because I've never had that problem. But like I said, when I saw this big snow pile that next morning, or that one morning, I said to myself, I wonder if there's a duck underneath that pile. And I wasn't about to shovel the whole pile to find it, just to find the dead duck right then. So, because there's no way he would have been alive. a Canadian duxicle, potentially flash frozen. He'd be fresh frozen. Oh. How old is the dog? He'll be 7 on Halloween. He's getting old. Gray face and all. It's happening. No. Whoa. Why whoa? He's got, I figure 3 years. Like right now, I gotta show you this. He's so, okay. Now he's relaxed, eh? See? But he has no interest in me whatsoever. None. Like I said, it's a very one-way relationship. I'm surprised he's in here. Usually he leaves. You know? Just relaxing, you know? Comfortable, just laying there. Paying no attention to his owner. None. Oh, Digger Pete, how you doing? I guess we're catching Digger Pete because this is in the middle of the day for you. Because, it's like 3:15 in the UK right now, right? Only 2 more weeks and you'll be free over there. Well, maybe. Just to let you know, encoder on number 4 is still not booted. It's still hanging. Something's wrong. Yeah, it's not. I can see it's showing me the IP address, and but it's not. I gotta go do the reboot. 42 years old. Well, not technically. He's more than that because he's a large breed dog. According to the chart at the vet hospital, for his weight, right now he is running at about 8.5 years for every year, is what they say on the chart. The little dogs are down at the 7-for-1 ratio, but big dogs, according to the chart at the vet hospital, it says that it was 8.5 is what Doug's running because of his body weight. Because he's classed as an extreme old man, or an extreme old man. Thank you, Strawberry. An extreme large breed dog because of his weight. Extra large. So 8.5. He's coming close to the 60 mark here as far as age. Like I said, Doug, I figured about 10 years old, it'll be it for him. If he stays in good shape. Maybe 11. Might be able to push 11 if he stayed like in really active shape. Oh. I know it seems like time is flying by with him. It's because I didn't get him until he was 17 months, so I sort of, there's a bit of a missing hole there at the beginning. It feels like he just got old really fast on me. So, that's what happens when you rescue a dog. So, well, that's, I mean, Rocket Man. Are you from North Korea? Kim Jong-un, Rocket Man? Oh. He could make it to 11. He could, you know. Be cool if he did, in shape. Like I said, I've had large breed dogs live abnormally long lives, you know. Old Rocco, you know, he was large breed. He lasted like 13 and a half, you know. They were in Oklahoma, where all the silos for the nuclear bombs are. So you're Rocket Man. Oh, we won't go down any rabbit holes this morning. We'll try not to go down any rabbit holes here this morning. Been doing like a lot of rabbit hole reading here at night. I watched a really bad movie. I'm not even going to tell you what it was, but it wasn't really bad. Yeah, it was a really bad movie. It was a movie from Thailand. Oh man, it was unbelievable. They dubbed the all the actors were dubbed, and you know when they do those movies when they dub them, and the tone of the voice does not match the body. You know, those kind of movies. Oh, but it looked like it was good, you know, the preview, but the problem was it wasn't. Oh. The hips can go, but usually hips, George, are in purebred dogs have hip problems. You know, always leaving. Yep, there he goes. Had enough of us here. Going into the living room. He's gonna go to the couch. No, he's gonna lay in front of the window. No, he's going towards the couch. Yep. Oh no, he's turning around. He's coming back. He's confused. He doesn't know what to do. Couch or look out the window. What a dog. No, he's going for the couch. Yeah, so the hip thing usually is the you know the what I've seen is like German shepherds and you know that kind of purebred dogs have been interbred so much and they have the problems. But I've never had a dog with hip problems, large breed. But I've always had what you call it, crossbreeds. Never had purebred dog. Doug's technically, because of his DNA test, Doug is the closest I've ever had to a purebred dog. Because he's technically 70% Saint Bernard, so like that's the closest I've ever gotten to a purebred dog. It's hard to believe there's 70% Saint Bernard when you look at him. Rocco was a mutt. He had everything in him. Malamute, Husky, German Shepherd, Lab was like the works. He had a mixture of mixtures. Both his parents were hooers. They were all over the their parents, his grandparents. They were really bad. Yeah, we're not. I gotta go out and reboot the number 4 here. It's not responding on stream 4, so but there's nobody in there except the native birds stealing goose feed right now. He does have the Saint Bernard sucky face, absolutely. Especially when he's sitting at the top of the stairs, he doesn't want to come downstairs and he looks at you. Hello, Vicky. I haven't seen you in a while. "17 years for Irish setter. That's doing good." We had 4 goose eggs yesterday. 4 goose eggs and over 30 duck eggs. Wow. The ducks are pumping eggs up, but the eggs are really small. And I got 3 double yolkers yesterday. 3 double yolkers. Big, giant duck eggs. So that means they're just starting to lay again. They're all confused, you know, when they first start laying. So there's a lot of ducks that are just coming out of the winter rut of no eggs, and they're pumping out double yolkers, as big as goose eggs out of the poor little duck. Gotta hurt the little duck when it passes something that size, you know. But there's a lot of little eggs, like really small, like really small. So that means they're started. So I'm thinking that because this is probably one of my latest years, in my memory, anyways, that the ducks started laying, because usually, in the wintertime they lay, easily 20, 30 eggs a day. But this winter they laid right off. I think it was because it was so gloomy in winter that they just didn't do anything. But I think because they're starting so late, it could be a late summer for eggs. There could be eggs right through to August, maybe even like large numbers of eggs. But 4 goose eggs yesterday, and the geese are spreading the eggs out. They're not all in one nesting box. Yesterday there was 3 nesting boxes with 4 eggs. So, but we'll get that set up for the geese this week. Once she gets the weather warms up again and she starts melting, I can work. I gotta clean the shed out, build the walls, separation, get the geese used to it. I think probably by the middle of April, 3rd week of April, they should be sitting on a nest. And we'll have a live stream who knows? It's going to be hard to say if the geese will sit on it. No, like it's only I'm only putting like 4 foot by 4 foot walls between each nest. I'm hoping that's enough that the geese, you know, I hope it's enough. I hope it, because geese really like to have their nests far apart from each other. They're not big and being close to each other. So I'm hoping that they don't see each other. That it'd be cool if we had all three of them sitting on nests, you know, hatching. That would be so cool. Um, I've been hibernating too, Vicky. We have something in common. It's got to be the worst winter I've ever gone through. Telling you, folks, I'm so glad it's coming to an end here. Like, so glad. Got to be the worst. Worst. Like, not physical, like I wasn't getting hurt or sick, because I wasn't. I didn't get. I don't think I only had one bout there. I caught a little bit of a cold a couple days, and that was it. I was like, it was a knock on wood here. Actually, it was pretty good that way. But mentally, man, it's been a brutal winter mentally. The most depressing winter. Well, you have a good day too, Arctic Fox. I'm gonna have a good day. I got stuff to do. I'm working on my next life, you know, folks, right now. Can't tell you what it is, but I'm working on my next life. So I did a whole bunch of work yesterday. I'm gonna do a whole bunch more today. I'm working on the next adventure for Doug and I. Hello, JT. Oh. My mind, that's where my mind is actually. It's hard sitting here because I'm thinking about all the stuff I got to do. And I got a lot of stuff to do. I really like watching the Canada geese, though, chasing each other, trying to have sex. It's like, that's a very good sign. No. It's a very, very good sign. It's like, it means that I think we might have an explosion of little cute things here on the live stream. Oh, Terry, thanks for the offer, but I last thing I want to buy is a motorhome. Do I have a girlfriend? No, I have Doug, the ducks, and you. I'm free with the wind right now. Which is good, considering I'm about to be homeless. So. You're happy right now, JT? Well, that's nice. I'm glad I could put a smile on your face. I'm telling you, folks, what I'm working on, you're going to be blown away. I'm telling you, it could be a very exciting fall here. I can't tell you though. That's the problem, because like there's a whole bunch of variables coming up. But I'm telling you one thing: it's hard to stay focused. It's very hard to stay focused right now. And I got like a lot of stuff to do to get ready, because the deadline here is I absolutely have to list the house June the 1st. That's as soon as everything's green here and all growing up, that's when I have to list the property for sale. When it looks the best, you know. But the way the snow is going, I think we're gonna still have snow in May here, so I wouldn't doubt there still will be snow here in May. Oh. You know the crazy part, Vicky? We had a lot of snow, but it was the cheapest what you call it, winter I've ever had on snow removal, because we had a lot of snow, but it was I managed to deal with it with a little tractor and only had to get my neighbor here once. You know, my other neighbor to come down once to blow me out. So, you know, we had that big dump. Ironically, the most snow ever. None of it melted, and it was the easiest winter really. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I just blanked it out because I really hate plowing snow. So I'm thinking maybe I blanked it out. I think maybe that's what I'm not remembering all the brutal times sitting on the tractor plowing that I really hated doing. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I remember doing it at night when I was drinking because I had to get drunk to plow. I hated it so much. Thank God you can't get an impaired charge, for your lawn tractor and your driveway plowing in the dark, you know. Because years ago I put a LED aircraft landing lights on my tractor so that you can drive at night for plowing. It lights up the whole driveway when you turn the lights on. Only problem is the draw is so high because they're overpowered that the little alternator or whatever is the on the tractor that charges the battery can't keep up. Battery goes dead by the time you're done. You can get an impaired charge on your lawn tractor in your driveway, on your own property. I find that one on your own property, like not like turning around on the road. I'm talking about like on your own property. I find that one hard to believe. Because that would be a hard fight. That would be I'd have to Google that to see the terms of that one. I can see they get you when you go out on the edge of your driveway and turn around on the highway. Then they could get you there because you actually got on a public roadway. But that's like saying you're not allowed to cut your lawn drunk. You can get one in a canoe. See, here you need to have a motor attached to it. Well, they could charge you with drinking. If you're drinking, they could charge you drinking in a public place. They could do that too. They just love taking the fun out of life. You know, I think they all sit in their their offices thinking up laws of how can we make people miserable. You know, what can we do? What can we do to take the fun away out of their lives? You know. Oh yeah, yeah. When I hurt my ankle, you know, my ankles. It's actually, you know what? I just started wearing. I just started to be able to wear running shoes last fall. That's how long it took my ankle to heal, and it's still not the best. Like I feel it that it's like it's not the best. Oh, Vista found us a link. Driving on your own. Okay, driving laws. Let's see. Yeah, okay. What state is this? Okay, there's laws vary by state. I'm just looking here. They can make arrests on your driveway, dirt roads, but it doesn't say what states though. Like where are the state? What state? You have to go through each state. Live chat just came on, and some lawyer on live chat here wants to talk to me, asking me. I guess they want to ask what's going on, but it doesn't give you a list of states because every state is a different situation. That doesn't help me, Vista. It's just some internet lawyer that's trying to get me because the little chat window popped up as soon as I clicked on it, and he says he wanted to help me. I got no problem, so I don't need any help from a lawyer. You know. Canoes with paddles. I'm pretty sure you can be drunk. I know here you can be drunk with a canoe and paddle. But you could, like I said, they could get you for drunken and disorderly in a public place. That one, the cop was being a real, peckerhead. But I know if there's a motor attached to it, you're screwed. You're dead. Actually, now the laws up here, it's so crazy. The impaired laws, they can come into your house and get. They can come here if they just passed. It has. I know it's going to get challenged, but it hasn't got challenged yet. But allegedly, what they could do with this new law is if someone phones and says this person was drinking, and they just got home, the police can come up to 2 hours later, knock on your door, and without a warrant demand a blood sample and a breathalyzer, even though you're sitting at your kitchen table 2 hours after you've gotten home drinking. And then you have to prove that when you got home 2 hours earlier that you weren't drinking. The law is crazy now up here. No. Yes, Vicky, I have to. I'm leaving. This is the last year on the property. It's time to go. JT, you're a lawyer? You do family law? A pedal bike. I got charged on a pedal bike when I was younger. But they didn't charge me with driving the bike drunk. I just got a ticket for drunk in a public spot on the bicycle. But that was like in the 70s when I was a young lad. Because I thought I was smart. We were all at my parents' place and we're in the backyard and we got the munchies and we thought we'll go to the pizza place and get a bunch of takeout. I think when it was chicken wings actually we went to get at the pizza place, and we thought, you know, it's being responsible young adults, okay, like responsible. We said no. Actually, it was kind of cute, Keith and I, and we said no, we're not taking the car because we were really drunk. And I said, let's take the bikes. And both of us hopped on our bicycles and we went to the pizza place. And on the way back, we got a ticket for being drunk. Oh. And our chicken wings were cold when we got back because it took so long for the cops to write the tickets. And that's what we got. If we would have drove, they would have never caught us. If we would have drove, because they wouldn't have known. But we were a bit of a mess on the bicycles. I remember that. We were all over the place. It's hard holding a bag of chicken wings and driving a bicycle drunk. The only person who would have got hurt is us falling. No one bitched about the cold chicken wings, you know. We were all mad about the tickets, though. Oh. The police like to give it tickets, you know. I'm not a big fan of vegans. They've got a little bit of, they've given me a bit of a stress, if you know what I mean. JT, they just like I said, they keep making laws up to take the fun away. I know it's almost like, you know, I don't know if you have friends, you know, I know I have people that I know that have children, and I see them losing it with their kids, you know, about doing, you know, just stupid kid stuff, and I'd be like sitting there, and I'm like, do you not remember what it was like to be a kid? You know what I mean? Like it's like you did this and you didn't get screamed at, you didn't get, you know, reprimanded or scolded, or, you know, it was just you were left alone. But today it's like everybody's forgotten what it's like to be a kid. I don't know, don't understand it. I remember what it was like to be a kid, and it's like, it's, you know, like the old saying, you know, give him enough rope to hang himself. It's like, you know, let them get into trouble. You know, let them have some fun. But people, they're just like just helicopter parents. It's helicopter parents, folks. You know, that's what it is. Raising snowflakes to take care of us later. Oh. Well, JT, you know, honestly, one day, you know, the saying "good guys finish last," that's a lie. Well, you sort of think it does when it's happening to you, but eventually, you know, the good guys do at the end. Karma does come around. There is a such thing as karma. Pay it forward, you know, whatever you want to call it. But you know, I think you'll see your mansion before you die and go up to the, you know, great blue yonder. something positive will happen to you. Trust me. It will. I believe that. I believe that. Because I've had a lot of bad things happen to me, but I think about, when I since I started the Ducks, and like raising food to to donate to charity and giving back to the food bank and all that, everything I'm doing is like, even with all the bad stuff that keeps happening to me, uh, there's enough positive things that keep coming into my life that negates the negativity, you know. And I firmly believe it's because of what I'm doing. I'm actually because I'm doing something that I'm just doing it, And I'm not when you give stuff away to charity, you're not expecting anything back, And it's like that's what I think. That's what I think that if you just give back, it it does because I've helped in my whole life. I've helped a lot of people in my life, and but it's I think I've always helped the wrong people though. But I truly believe that. I believe that if you if you just give and not expect anything back, something happens. Because greed is not it's not a good thing, and that's the problem with today. It's all about greed. It really is. Everything is. Especially if we start talking about the government. You know what I mean? You know, that's a rabbit hole. We won't go down that rabbit hole right now. So think positive things. You know, think positive things. I got positive. Like I said, folks, I'm working on the next adventure, and you're not going to believe it. So you're not going to believe it. I got a busy 2 months ahead of me, though, getting everything ready for the real estate listed time. I'm hoping that we can have an orderly exit here. It would suck if it sold really fast, and I was like scrambling. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping that it's an orderly exit this summer. And that it times right. We'll see what the universe has got planned for the Duck Adventure this year. But there's something good going to happen. It's going to be interesting. Work till you die. I'll be working till I die. I have no intention. I can't not work. I couldn't. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't. Like just to lay around and do nothing. I don't under. I couldn't do it. I see too many people who retire and then die, like 3, 4, 5 years after they retire. It's like, no, just keep working. No, you don't die. And then they don't do anything. That's another thing too. Just absolutely nothing. Or they do things that are so stupid they would never do those things while they were working because it was just so stupid. Like they take up hobbies that are just really not that fulfilling, if you know what I mean. Like I have a couple friends that retired and they took up woodworking and they hated it. They were, and then they started making woodworking. They started making lawn ornaments, okay, as a sideline in their life, and they were gonna and sell them, and go to the flea markets and sell these lawn ornaments made and just the ugliest stuff you could get your eyes on. Bird boxes, bird houses. Oh God, it was just you just shake your head like, and then their garage gets full of these absolutely ugly lawn ornaments and birdhouses, and it's like they can't sell the stuff. Nobody wants it. I, well, no, they think they like it, Inga. They think, okay, but then it turns into a horror show. Like it does because they put so much work into it and money and they buy tools. They've never owned a table saw in their life, and they buy a table saw and they buy all these woodworking tools, and they turn their whole garage. Then they can't park their car inside the garage anymore because they've got all these woodworking tools in, and the garage is covered in sawdust all the time. And then it gets to the point, and this happened to somebody. This is why I've got this good story for you. Is that it gets to the point where they got sick No fingers lost, but close, close, Kalikagas. But what happens is they get sick of having to go to the Sunday morning or the Saturday morning flea market because they want to sleep in. And the only way they can get rid of all this junk they've made is they got to go to the flea market, and and it's like a job then, and they're like, what? I don't want to do this, and then they start dragging their rear end, and then they don't want to pay the $175 to get into the flea market for the year, and then it's a commitment they've paid. Get this, they've worked their whole lives, then they buy this $175 thing so they can have a 1 year pass to go to the flea market every morning, every Saturday morning to sell their wares of junk that they've made. There's just really ugly stuff. And then we're getting there, Inga. We're getting there. Then they buy it, and because they've spent this this is how stupid they are. Pound, you know, they're saying, penny wise, pound foolish. Because they've spent this $175, they torture themselves. They torture themselves and go get up early and go to this flea market every weekend. And it's like, then they have people want to do stuff. And when, I can't go this weekend, I got to go to the flea market because they spent this $175. Now they're not thinking about the $1,000 or $2,000 with the woodworking tools and the fact that their garage is full of this ugly, ugly lawn ornament stuff. Like it's just bad lawn ornament stuff. So after a while, they toss it in. They say, I'm not going to do this. And they write off, a half a year, 3 months worth of their expiry on the $175 that they bought for their ticket to get a license. And they got a garage absolutely packed full of this. Right? So the whole summer goes by and this stuff's in the way. And then fall comes. And they're like, we're gonna make more of this stuff, okay? And it's like, I'm just shaking my head because it's like I can't get my head around it. And then finally they crack, and they have a bonfire in their yard and burn everything they made. Oh, so then this is good, folks. They burned everything they made in the bonfire, okay? And then they had the brainwave of taking the ashes from the fire, and they said, "Oh, we'll sprinkle them in our on the garden because ashes are good for a garden, right?" But guess what? There's nails and everything, all these little brad nails and little finishing nails to make all this stuff they made. No, you can't do marshmallows because everything is lacquered and painted, so it's a toxic fire because they've painted everything because they involved their wife. They involved their wife to do the art part and paint, and she was absolutely useless, and she was making blue jays and they looked like velociraptors. Oh, it was bad. Anyways, the painting was bad. So anyway, they spread the ashes all over the garden. Okay, so that's the end in the fall. The garage is cleaned out. Now they got to get rid of the table saw and all that kind of neat stuff. And I don't know what happened to the equipment, but it disappeared out of the garage, and then the car came back inside the garage. So the following spring, they got their rototiller out, okay, and they're rototilling the garden, and the garden's got nails all over it. They punctured both tires in the rototiller with the nails, and both tires went flat. And then when they took the tires off, they found them full of brad nails and finishing nails. So, yeah. That's what happens when you retire. I had another friend that retired, and I think it's called Intarsier. Maybe I might be saying it wrong. And he made me. Well, I've gotten one thing he made for me, but it was. Actually, I'll take you up and I'll show it to you. I forgot the name of it. Anyways, it's Intarsier stuff. So he bought all this equipment, just unbelievable amount of equipment to do this, folks. It's just absolute crazy, like special band saws and crazy table saws, like $10,000. It was just nuts. So this is what he made. So it's all wood inlathing. Okay, it's a polar bear. I don't know why. I wish they would have had like red drops here, but the deal is you can't use any stain or paint, okay? Everything's got to be natural tones. So like he had to buy all this special wood,
So the special wood is really expensive. So he had to buy all this exotic wood because anytime you wanted a color to make the pictures, you had to use the wood to do the color. You can't. You're not allowed to stain in this stuff. I think it's called Natarja. And you make it's like a puzzle, and you have to use the wood colors as you're coloring. Okay. So he was buying wood that was, I was like a 6 foot piece of wood, be this wide, special order. He was paying like $100 for it, just to get the colors, and he turned his whole wall into all this inventory of wood, and I forget how many thousands of dollars it was in this specialty wood, like wood from Africa and all over the world, just to get the colors so that he could make all these big giant puzzles type thing, pictures. But he was supposed to be. You're supposed to do it. It's supposed to be flat. Eh? It's supposed to be like perfectly flat, and not have any 3D effect to it. Okay, it was like so that it's like it looks like a picture. Okay, but the problem is that he wasn't good enough at it, and you have to be really really good at it to do it so that it's a flat surface. So what a lot of them do, they cheat, and because he wasn't good enough at cutting out that. What he would do is he would raise it to cover up his bad cuts. Okay, so it become 3D. If you notice that picture had sort of a 3D effect, it's because he couldn't cut his cuts tight enough to make it flat like a puzzle. So you would bring it up, the surface of it, so it covers up your cutting. So he did this for, oh God, well, he built a garage, a 20 foot by 20 foot garage specifically to do this. This was his brainwave as being a retired gentleman. 20 foot by 20 foot garage, built a state-of-the-art garage with air handling systems for the dust and everything. And oh man, it was absolutely lunacy. The money that he spent, like $5,000 table saw. It was just nuts. What he spent. Anyways, at 3 years, he hacked away at this hobby or whatever he was calling it. It was torture at the end. Then he gave it up, and it's the garage sat with everything in it for like 3 or 4 years. It just sat there and did nothing. He was paying the heat. It was just heating this building to be all this stuff in it on his property, and he he ended up having a fire because he had made so much of this stuff. He was trying to sell it, and he had this because real Target woodworking is very very expensive if it's good, but if it's 3D because you can't cut very good, it's worth nothing. Okay, like worth nothing, and he couldn't sell anything, absolutely nothing. He was giving stuff away. That's how I got that, because he was like, he just says, "Oh, here." So I got that thing because he asked me what I liked. I'm looking at his whole shop, and I said the polar bear or something. It's but I would have liked, like I said, if it would have had some red wood on the teeth. All that blood dripping down on the polar bear. That would have been better, but I didn't get that because it was already made. So that's another burn everything on your retirement plan. And now the garage, he uses it to park his wife's car because he has a truck, and because it was built as a woodworking shop, the garage door isn't tall enough for his truck. So his wife has got heated indoor parking for her car, but his truck is still outside in the cold. Oh man, you can't even make this up. Like, it's so funny. Anyways, that's so the moral of the story is don't retire. Just work till you die. Screw the millenniums. They can work somewhere else. Hold your job, go to the end. That's the moral of the story. I'm planning on working right to the end. I am gonna retire. And I'm definitely not going to do woodworking because I'm telling you folks, I hate woodworking. There's not a chance of that one happening. I don't mind building stuff, but I ain't doing it for a hobby. He should have turned into a man cave. He's got his own man cave down at the house.
This just turned into his wife's parking. You know, heated parking for the wife. Forget how much he spent. So much money. It was ridiculous what he spent. Like ridiculous, folks. No, ducks don't have salmonella. You can eat duck meat raw. Yeah, it doesn't have salmonella at all. Not like it's not a chicken. It's not poultry. It's waterfowl. Oh. Rock gardens. I hate rock gardens. I'm not doing that stuff. I did mine last year under duress. Hated that, cutting all that stuff. It's done. I don't have to do it this year. I'm just gonna work. Just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna. That's my plan. And there's a bit of a twist coming to the plan this year. So. You want to live in a biodome? I don't want to live in a biodome. We got a big change coming. Anyways, exciting stuff, folks. But first, we're going to get through a spring hatch here with some goslings and Mother Nature's goslings, which if it ever melts, it'll start looking like spring here. I'm curious. I should look back on our videos to see what March 31st looked like last year here. Because I forget what March 31st looked like last year. Because I'm telling you, folks, I'm looking outside right now and it's like full-blown winter again. Except that it's warm. It's above zero, but it's just like full-blown winter. Yes, Laura, you're really late to the party. 66 minutes late. Did you just get your notification now? I know, I'm waiting for Vista to post a link on March 31st video last year. If I could own any kind of duck, what would I own? My breeders. My breeders. They're a tough duck. I know, carbon tax. I got the little thing in the mail there. They're going to give me $307 back. I only have to give them $600 in day-to-day spending over the year, and they'll give me $307 back. If I'm a family of 4, but I'm not a family of 4, so that's the deal. But if we pay more carbon tax, it'll get colder, and the snow will last longer. And that's exactly what we want. I think the carbon tax is going to get taken out here. It's the old Prime Minister of Canada here, well, the idiot young lad. They're going to call him. He ain't going to last long. There's a lot of controversy happening up here. There was a major truth bomb dropped here in Canada on Friday. A real big truth bomb, actually. Watergate type truth bomb. It's like as far as recordings are concerned. I'm surprised it got dropped on Friday but it's all over the internet. I listened to the whole thing. 17-minute conversation. Our government's in a bit of trouble up here. Finally. Anything to make sure he doesn't get elected again. Well, Ranger, we talked about this yesterday on your little shout out, and you never answered any of my questions. You just asked me to shout out you, and then you don't tell me anything. I asked you questions, and you didn't reply once to any of my questions. Oh. I ask questions. I ask questions, and people run. They call me Debbie Downer. Right, JT, answer. Someone asks you a question, answer it. You know, you jump in and say, you know, can you do something? And I ask you questions to make sure. I don't want to endorse you if I don't know what's going on with you. Yeah, it sucks. I know, Paulus. That's the the socks, eh? Socks and the hair. Socks and the hair. It's a sad state of affairs up here. But if you haven't listened to that 17-minute phone call, I highly recommend it. It's all over the internet, the whole thing, uncut. No, ducks aren't cannibals because a duck will not. Chickens are. Like you have a dead chicken in your chicken pen, and chickens will eat their fellow duck or their fellow chicken. They'll eat the flesh. They'll pound. They'll pick the bones clean. Ducks, though, no interest in eating their fellow duck. But they're all guilty of egg eating. All guilty of egg eating. All of them. Chickens and ducks. Once they discover it, look out. They hunt for eggs, eh? They roll them around until they crack, and then they can break them open. Oh, there it is. I'm getting hungry now thinking about eggs for breakfast. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cook my breakfast, and then I'm gonna go outside and reboot the stream on number 4 and fix that camera in the goose shed. I was getting the screws put to me here this morning on that. Fix that. Deal with the snow. I do have to shovel a couple gateways so I can open doors, but I ain't shoveling nothing else. It can melt this time of year. We just go with the melting snow plow instead of plowing. There's a lot of snow out there, folks. I'm back to wearing winter boots again. I put it that way. It's but this is it. This week is the spring warm up. It's starting. I think this is the final blast. The final blast of winter. What a long winter, right? Think about it. It's been like, well, it's officially 5 months now. Like it's officially today's 5 months of winter, and so we're technically, folks. Depending on we have some cold nights and it slows her right down. Like this is scary if you think about it. By the time the snow goes, we could actually be like 5.5, maybe 5 3/4, months of snow. Like it could. It could be that bad. Spring right around the corner, yeah, but Inga, because like tonight's -12, they're calling for Wednesday night or Thursday night -9, so like the snow is gonna be hanging around. Like I don't really count spring until the snow is off the ground, because it's still winter. When it goes down that cold at night. So like today is officially 5 months of winter. So now we're going into the 6th month of winter. This is absolutely crazy, folks. Like this is tomorrow. We're into the 6th month of winter. I'm getting depressed thinking about that. That's a hell of a lot of winter, folks. Like, we're Canadian up here and we like it gets cold, but not for 6 months. Man. I said all winter that, because it started, we had such a long winter, it started so early, I thought, spring will be early. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Corey, it's beyond way too much winter. I think a lot of my mental instability has been because winter has been so brutally long. I'm not enjoying this year at all. Global warming, definitely causing all this cold weather. Definitely, JT. We paid more tax, we could fix this. We could. I think it's Game of Thrones. That's got to start soon, eh? I think that starts this month, eh? Because I'm like waiting for that. No. All right, I'm gonna go and cook my breakfast, folks. I'm gonna get the ball happening here today. And don't forget, we got T-shirts in stock. Links below for the T-shirts. Mailed right from Canada, right from the Duck Adventure. I won't be mailing them until probably Wednesday now because of the current weather situation. Because I ain't going to town when it's like this. I'm going to just stay here and take care of the ducks. So grab yourself a T-shirt, donate, and I'll mail it to you. And if you want dog hair, I can arrange to have dog hair taped to the outside of the package. Doug isn't shedding a lot right now, but we still can master some there with some packing tape. So if you want some dog hair from the dog master, who now is laying in front of the window. He got off the couch. No. But he's not interested in me because I have no treats, no pork chop tied around my neck. Let's get love from my dog.